The Progressive Firefighters Association of Washington, D.C. is creating a video series of interviews in an attempt to capture our history. The following interview is of Leroy Norwood, a past Southeast Region Director, leading us from 1991 until 2003.
Hi, I'm Gwendolyn Sister from the Washington, D.C. Progressive Firefighters Association. At this time, we're going to ask him a couple of questions about his experience with the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters, as well as how did he get involved with the organization from his chapter level. At this time, I'm introducing you, Mr. Leroy Norwood.
Thank you.
I would love to know, how did you get involved with this organization?
Really by accident. Me and a couple of friends from Chattanooga went to Atlanta to party. And this guy came over to our table and said, "Hey, can I buy you guys a drink?" Being in Atlanta, the horns went up. Guy offer you a drink? What's going on here? Who is this? Come to find out, the guy was the treasurer of the International, Bill Hamer, who later became the first black fire chief in Atlanta. He said, "You guys know anything about the International?" "What the International?" So he sat down, told us about the International. I went back to Chattanooga the next day and formed an organization. It was 5 of us. We needed to be a part of this. We didn't know there was an organization out there for black firefighters. But when we found out, hey, we need to be a part of this. So we formed an organization. I was so excited about being a part of the International. I got 2 chief cars, firefighter cars, and drove all the way to New York. Didn't have enough sense to know I wasn't in that region. But I was just excited about being a part of black firefighters. Got to New York and saw all these guys. I would see guys with gray hair. "Hey, Pop, how you doing?" But it's Lord willing, now I'm the Pop. They calling me Pop now,
Right.
you know. So I've been around since '73. That's when I joined. I missed the first convention, but it was in Hartford. The next one was in St. Louis, and I've been there ever since. But it's been a good ride. This organization has afforded me some opportunities I never would have had. I never would have met this lady. Never would have met none of the people. Because I'm in one section of the city, you all in another part of the country. I never would have met you. But it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And as far as me becoming regional director, I followed, I'm sure you guys remember Ted Holmes.
Yes.
I followed him for 9 years. 9 years. I was the guy that would do Ted's dirty work, so to speak. If you know Ted, Ted don't have that personality, but I do. He told me once, "Well, I don't have the heart to do so and so." I said, "Well, I do." So I would go and curse. I don't have a problem with that, you know. But I know that wasn't Ted's personality. I would do it. I did it for Romeo Spaulding. I do his cursing. But that's just me, you know. Because sometimes you have to call a spade. And that's what I did. And when Ted decided to step down, I said, "Well, here we go. We got to find us a regional director." And Charlie Thomas out of Baltimore said, "We don't need to find nobody, you it." I said, "No, I don't think I want to be the regional director." So we was in Augusta, no, Savannah, I take it back. And the 25th anniversary for the Vulcan Blaze was coming up. At the same time, we was having a conference. So Charlie Thomas bid it for the conference, but he didn't get it. And he got so upset because they had the biggest region, they've been around the longest, you know. I'll just pull my regionality on that and so forth. I said, "Okay." I said, "Charlie, let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. I've seen 2 ants walk away with a whole dog. Don't you threaten me with your numbers, because I don't give a damn about how." See, there I go, I'm sorry.
That's all right, keep going.
I don't care about how big your organization is. I can pool together enough of these small organizations that will outweigh you. He came to my room the next morning at 7 o'clock and apologized. And from then on, I've been the regional director. And let me tell you something else happened in this region. Nathan Queen was Ted's recording secretary. Had always been. At that time, the recording secretary was an appointed position. The regional director could appoint. I guess Nathan knew I wasn't going to appoint him. So he got on the floor and made a motion that that position become an elected position. So I called for a recess. I told my supporters, now listen, if you guys don't want me, you want Tommy Marlin. That's my man. Now if you don't want Tommy Marlin, you don't want me, simple as that. So they told me, don't worry about it. If you get elected, he'll get elected. And that's how Tommy became the recording secretary. It was an elected position. But before then, it was an appointed position. It's been a long up and down ride, but I've enjoyed every minute. I wouldn't take nothing from this organization, nothing. We, as this region, started at the bottom. We're at the top. We're at the top. And I'm proud to say that I was on board when we started to move upward. I'm proud to say that. And I told these guys in this region, I think it was 1984, I said, guys, look around you. I said, they're coming. What you talking about? What you talking about? I said, these ladies, they're coming. Look at your board today. Look at your board today. But see, I saw this coming. And I don't have a problem serving under a female. I served under my mother. And if she can run the household, she can run the world, a female. And that's the way I feel about female. Some of them picked up my habits, which were the good habits, you know. Because I had a lady tell me, no, if you just tell them, they'll disappear. I said, well, I'm not going to apologize for their aggressiveness. I'm sorry. That's what I want. So when I stepped away, hey, well, Norwood, who you going to support? I said, well, I'm not going to endorse anybody. Anybody in this region is able to take my spot. So that's where we train them, anybody. So let's see, 30, 40 years later, I'm still here. I'm still here. But it's been a good ride. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't take anything for it.
So I just have one question. What would be your recommendation to the chapters underneath for the Southeast region at this time to kind of get the numbers up so we can keep this organization alive 30 more years?
Technology has hurt this region some. You know, you get on the phone, you get online, and you talk to folks. I'm old-fashioned. I think what the region need to do is revisit the client. They need to see your face. It makes a big difference when you try to recruit somebody and they can look in your eye. Oh, get online, we'll talk. Don't do that. You need to revisit your clients. That's what you need to do.
So we need to do more personal sit-downs like me and you have it today.
Exactly.
Okay. And don't hide behind technology.
You know, if you're looking at a person's face, you know when they lie.
That's correct.
You know, if you can see their eye, you just about tell when they lie. But you can't do that with online and so forth.
So we need to have more face-to-face conversations.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
That's good advice because y'all made it this far, and I know it wasn't because of technology.
No, we would get in the car on the weekend and ride. I appointed, if you guys remember, I'm sure you do, state reps. When I became director, because the region was too big for me to cover, so I appointed state reps. Every state in this region had a state rep, and his job was recruitment. That's the only job. And when we come to a conference, hey, what's going on in Georgia? The state rep had to give me a report.
Was it verbal or written?
Oh, it was written, because if you come to the mic and try to give me an oral report, no, you ain't got no report. And the reason for that is this. If you come to the mic and try to give me a report orally, as soon as you step away from that mic, ain't nobody gonna remember a thing you said. But if it's in writing, they can always go back home and read it. I would allow you to expound on your report If there's anything in it that you think you needed to expound on, I would allow that. But it better be in writing, otherwise you didn't have a report. They called me Little Hitler, you know, in some cases, but you know, it didn't bother me. Don't get up there and Norwood will embarrass you. Well, you're right. Y'all knew what the deal is when you got here. Everybody on the board, I gave them a job classification. They knew exactly what the job was gonna be when you come to my board. If you ran for recording secretary, here's your job description. That's what you do. And my thing with this, stay in your lane. You can't, the recording secretary ain't got no business trying to help the financial secretary. You got enough duties of your own to do. Stay in your lane.
So how did y'all get these positions? Was it an election process, and was the election process just regionally based, or how did you vote your board in?
The body voted them in. We will have an election every 2 years.
So that was for all the positions? Because I know you said at one time that you appointed the recording secretary. Was the other positions appointed, or they had to go through election process?
That was the only position when I come to the board that was an appointed position. That was the recording secretary. The rest of the positions were elected. And we just kept it like, but there was no job description when I got there. You know, people just did what they wanted to, more or less. So I made some changes, and it wasn't, I wasn't friendly, you know. People didn't like what Norwood did, but I didn't care. I didn't care. My job was to move this region forward, and that's what I tried to do.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
And thank
And
you all.
thank you for all that you have done for this region and continue to do.
I love this organization. And let nobody tell you I don't. I'm having fun, but I love this organization now. Because there's some issues that's going on right now that I heard about. And I'm gonna address them. Because I love this organization. You know, I don't have to be popular. I don't care if I'm not popular. But if it's gonna hurt the organization, then I'm against it. Whatever it is. And again, thank you for having me. And anytime I can do anything for this organization, all you gotta do is let me know.
Thank you, sir.
If my help continues, I'll be here.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
that hat too.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Norwood.